Again. So while looking through all this, I actually noticed that there's a couple things I forgot. Namely, I kind of forgot that at this point, basically there's already tier 3s of a lot of stuff available. For that matter, I really forgot about swiftness here. I should really be using more of. Oh yeah, there are already tier 3s available. This is pretty close to the final store. I want to say this is the second to last store phase. The last one being like proper endgame / post-game stuff. Yeah, so I did manage to get those two things crafted. And if I can, I probably want to slap this on Gildas if he can even wear it. Yeah, overguards. Are they like night only or something? Oh, okay, so none of my classes can actually even wear this. But it's just basically a really good defense item. Well, that sucks. Really make use of that. As far as weapons go, this thing would just be a general downgrade, unfortunately. And let's see, the kidney spike. I don't really have anyone that can use this either, so that sucks. So nothing really special came out of that, it turns out. That sucks. Hey, well. Why do I keep going to load? Oh yeah, and I put Faye back in as the secondary ninja. I was gonna put Piers in, but he's sitting in a sad corner. He's still considering being fired before even getting a single fight in. Maybe he was in there for one fight. And bad weather. Now this one can go on any kind of random weather in it. So, here's generally how it goes. These two golems come down, you want them stuck in the tar there. These guys come down one at a time. Usually they'll hop down these little steps right here and can be taken out one by one. Some others will sometimes go around the side. Archers will land up here. Especially these guys will usually hang out back here and then just kind of do hit and run stuff. Very, very annoying actually. Well, it's not the easiest fight, actually. And this is why I wanted a little bit of extra oomph if I could. I was hoping at the... You know what? I just noticed. I have swords there. Do I even have anyone that can use swords? Because the sword that one guy dropped is, like, friggin' pretty close to kind of generic endgame stuff. Not any of the unique items, but it is one of the ones that's kind of standard for endgame. Now, Gildas, as long as he isn't... as long as anybody else is at least somewhat targetable, they won't even shoot at him. And I have my fencers off to the side for kind of a plan B type of situation. Now, Nalto and Bardolph need to stick back. They're just gonna kind of snipe at anybody that gets close. Archers aren't gonna do much until somebody comes down the stairs, and then the ninjas are gonna go around the side. So if anybody chooses to go around the side, they can attempt a charm. If it doesn't work, oh well. So here's the deal. If these two get charmed, they'll just run back up and start punching wizards in the face, and that's great. If they don't, then they're gonna need to be poisoned and attempt to be charmed again. Because generally, I just want them running the other direction. She's gonna be here mostly for buffs and things like that, and I want to save a few of them for the next fight. I'm just going to be buffing Canopus and Surya. Unfortunately, unlike a lot of other games, since the damage is basically just 10% of whatever you hit, the whole magic part of it doesn't particularly matter. So if they're hitting a 10, they're just going to hit like a 10 too. Not really be enough to make a difference. Okay, never mind. I actually still, like friggin' genius, have not picked up any anti-paralysis items. Oh well. In that case, these guys have to take a little step forward. They're going to take one turn going forward, and then they're going to retreat the next one. If I can charm them, that's good. If not, then I'm going to take them out. And since I want the stun to go away, I want this guy taking as many turns as possible, so I'm just going to leave him here. I'm actually not sure if you can cheese out Paradigm Shift over and over to get rid of the stun. Seems like it's almost worth testing. I don't want to do it right now because I need to save those. And like before, standing on the tar makes you about 30% less accurate. Generally not the best idea to go for. And I'm not going to have the archers, again, fire on the golems, just because they're only getting into 10s and it's not worth it. Distraction over here is still going on. Sometimes they can pull some guys off to the right. Her. And what I need is for her to have dodge. No, not yet. Her sidestep. I really should buy some of the sidestep items. Sometimes the healer spawns with Awaken, sometimes he doesn't. At least I'm pretty sure that's the case, because like, I tested this out 3 times for kind of to figure it out, because I wasn't really sure, you know, how it was going to go, and wasn't really about to, well, provided even one person watched any of this crap, I wouldn't want to waste anyone's time on that. I'm just going to figure it out. And right here is where the danger of this fight is. They get a lot of turns at the same time. Go up and try to charm again. No one's going to show you anyway. I have my archer be a wizard for reasons. He's almost having his Raven Eye, and I don't want him to do it. Yeah, you got a pet wizard. Right, Sarah's not doing anything. Never take some shots. I'm gonna drop a Paradigm Shift on these guys to get them to align their turns if I can. Perfect. Yeah, if they're petrified, you're fine taking turns on them. They won't counter. And they'll still get their TP up, but not at fast of a rate. One go there, one go there. Tried to charm that guy, didn't work, so I'm gonna have to rejoin the other ninja. And now gonna have the fencers start heading up this way if they... Probably a little bit too dangerous to start doing that, actually. Paradigm shift on these three instead, then. That sucks. Just to get the worst one of the bunch. Which is weird, because Sarah's actually really good. In this fight, you end up needing to overtax their healing more than directly taking out their healers, because that healer likes to stay up there. Really risky to walk up that hill for anyone other than Gildas. He's going to try to charm and or take out the healer. Kind of his job now. Oh, that is fantastic. Reginald has to go because he's got healing. Frank's backing over here. Awesome. Ish. And that's why I want them in the car. At this point, we start wondering why exactly it is that they're able to miss a giant rock wall in front of them. East. Gilbart's role right now... okay, so Murden's going to be trying to poison the rock guy. And, Gilbart's role over there is mostly just going to be just tanking crossbows. Another paradigm shift. We need that red guy gone. I'm gonna say that's their fencer class. No, that's just their great mage. I have 3 shots on him. Yep. This one is just a melee fighter. Faye's gonna have to give up on her project pretty soon. Nice thing about poison, it'll either tick down or cause them to waste a few turns. Sometimes if there's nothing better for them to do, the healers will just go around trying to heal up all the poison. And that's always a good time. And I actually know when Polmia even came down. Safety's sake. Gonna sit tight with Gildas for the moment. And I don't know where they got leather gloves from, because none of these guys are wearing leather gloves. Petrification odds aren't bad. You particularly want to lose Gilbert. You know what? No, I'm gonna... You get another turn, so... I'm gonna heal him up. Take the next hit. Probably petrify him the turn after. That's when he'll have his kill move available. Arden's job is done. Archers can start moving around the side, start shooting at these guys. So the rest aren't as likely to come down. What I want to do is last another turn or more out there, pull everybody back, and then see about focusing on the big guys. Paradigm. 15. Alright, yeah. I'd like that one guy to be gone, please. Look the darkness in the face. They might not be making it out of this one. Fortunately, these charm procs are going horribly. I'm glad we went for a stun instead of something damaging. Oh, never mind. Athalia's about to die. Crap. Here's when I get a spot after all. Poison's probably almost out, so Turn into a rock state. Like, he doesn't have the range for a Petrify, and he's got about the same odds of stunning. I'm gonna drop one of those on him and run away. At least Olivia survived it. Alright, could use some procs here. She's very liable to get her killed, but it's worth a shot. No pun intended. Another one. Not. I don't like this fight. Not be able to tell. Mostly because under normal circumstances you might be able to actually hit these bastards. Nope. Dodge, 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 dodge. Give me this guy. Thank you. I don't know if he'll survive, but you know, it's worth a shot. What? Yeah, weak to magic, by the way. 2% chance to hit. It's something. Well, there goes my wall. Alright, get it. You got kill moves. That's nice. Calm down on using them. Freaking billion dark weights coming down. That's a big part of what actually makes archers overpowered in this. It's not really the actual stats or any of that. Like, granted they're high, but even with all these fights here, it's surprisingly reasonable. Like, their accuracy is meant to suck and all that. Holy crap, once he starts spamming kill moves, like, that's the problem, because, okay, you take a shot, you get like 30-40 TP from that. You need 40 for Tremendous Shot, you use that, you suddenly get your kill move out of it. And then you basically can just repeat this process over and over and over. Just completely flatten everything. Lost all the Charmers. I ran out of... what am I saying? Petrifications? Just sworn I had more of the dark version of that. Hit him. I'm gonna try to pull everyone back, maybe pull some semblance of a win out of this. I'm actually thinking strategy almost might be to run up and Paradigm Shift on them to spread out their turns more. That's one of the biggest problems I'm dealing with right now. Granted, there's a general lack of healing going on. But the fact that they just get turn after turn after turn after turn, and I always end up losing somebody whenever they end up getting their kill moves, that's the problem. So he's stuck and about to eat it. Try that. Oh, hello, cat. Sorry, Bardoff. I agree, that was a pretty messed up way to die. Got a billion turns on you. Charm. All I need you to do. But this is why I made sure to save the archers with at least some health. And Gilbert is currently the king of indecision on that end. Neat. Finally, their healer died. Guess just kind of blot them out. If that guy stays charmed, they can swarm in. This guy can heal himself a little bit. They can swarm in, take out the archer, take out both of the bow archers. And that guy stays as is. Nalto's gonna stay here babysitting this thing. Hammer. Oh, dodging! Alright, that's good. We took him out anyway. Well, he did so because he wanted to be a sweet ninja, I guess. And also because I guess you and Bayon were a thing, but now you're both deceased. Oh, my bad. This charm. So all I can do now is really just slow him down. Maybe stun him. So hopefully he'll be slow enough to not take a turn before she gets another one. And think of it. Cloud Walk is a weird card, so I don't actually know if this will help under these circumstances. Because it seems like its only purpose is to avoid traps, which should never, ever be a problem in the first place. At the very least, try. Shot. I'm also not liking how close Surya is getting to dying. Please don't KO. We can actually take him out. Crap. I hate that move so much. Because it's literally just like, through terrain, I'm gonna hit you through half the map. I guess this does still help with, Bar. Or nuking everyone. And Naruto takes him out with a hammer. winnable now. I believe the next fight is against the big guy who just discovered them. Angus getting close to dying. Fantastic. This can hit. Good. Okay. We can do this now. Just basically need to lay the smackdown on the side for each turn. Weak to me. Go here to deny movement. Everybody else will just keep firing. And or whatever the relevant thing is. Did not deny movement very well. Kind of hilarious to be landing on a justice card to smack something that just killed off a bunch of the team with a hammer. Great. Nothing for us. I mean, I guess Olivia can use a... Oh, that's good. That's fantastic. Happy with that. I don't know if I got the book on racism. There was a drop in one of the test runs from one of the wizard guys. There was a book on, like an anti-lizard book. That's for... Well, I guess not really his brother, but his kind brother. Oh, they didn't know they were coming. Yeah, how unprepared. But no, so the guy that was supposed to be warning them, the Endorus guy, he never actually bothers to let anybody know that he lost. He just kind of leaves. Like, well, these guys are screwed. I guess it's time for me to bail now. And so he does. What's that? Finger, hold on. Yeah, I think that's the one. Hard to tell. And, see how screwed this run is now. Yep. Alright. Good news, Piers! You just got promoted. This is when I find out I don't have any Beastmaster marks, huh? Alright, well, how do you feel about being a ninja? Honestly, I'd probably even make him an archer at this point. Go full ridiculous with it. And for maximum tank potential, this guy's getting the mage band now. Because, he's doing alright physically. I mean, this is only a slight improvement, but it'll do. Dogs freaking out outside. I'm curious what the level this needs. 18 if I had any of those guys. I think fencers can use it. An improvement, if at all. Alright, well. You know what, that's actually a definite maybe, because that's... At this point, that'll be a pretty huge improvement. Yeah, and then it gives him a shield too, so he's gonna go sword and board now. Use your knife now. And as soon as possible, I'd like to give her this. What was this? That'd be useful too. Actually, you know what? This gives meditate. That would be... Actually, wait a sec. No, that'd be completely useless because I can't use meditate. Whatever. Every plan in this run, like, ooh, look, I can do a thing. Nope. I can't. Alright guys, just ignore the pile of dead bodies, I guess. Yeah, this run actually is accomplishing what I thought it would. Namely, actually causing casualties in the run. So, 2 frontliners, 2 fencers, a ninja, and then the rest of her. I think maybe it makes more sense to have the fencers up here because they're doing more frontlining, and I can have the 2... I know they're not brothers, but I always call them brothers next to each other. And we got 2 ninjas. Like on any normal run, you have to screw up pretty badly to actually lose anyone. In this case, it is actually kind of causing acceptable sacrifices, for lack of a better term. And for the first time in ever, I have an actual front line. This particular one, I am gonna actually play through though. I'll probably go through more of the story the second time around, because I think I did figure out what caused the crash last time. And that I'm actually pretty sure it wasn't a crash. It might have just been my controller screwing up. So this guy just wants to leave, because quite frankly, he doesn't really want anything to do with this. Like, the whole deal was functionally that he was supposed to... He was just kind of sent here to side with the guy to the north, Brent Morn guy. So basically his whole deal was, okay, we're just going to take over this one, like, third of the place, and you just sit tight, pay taxes, whatever, that's what you're doing. They're just kind of doing the whole Rome thing. Also, check out this guy. He just jumps off a freaking castle, doesn't even care. Also, this is hilarious, too. This is probably my favorite scene in the game. He's got a gun! Like, he says it's a Fusil in this one. In the original, he's literally just, I have this weapon. The best weapon ever. It's called a gun. He just shoots the guy. Like, oh wait. Never mind. I don't like that thing. Gun's scary. Me get hammer. And he... Well... Okay, talks about how everyone likes fighting with swords, but he likes hammers. I love it. Alright, now. I got a pretty fantastic level advantage at this point. So, let's see, the archers are all 22s right now. The frontliners are 19. And the ninjas are even with it. So, the generics are 17. And Barbas himself is 18. So he's got them all pretty dang good at this point. One crossbow, two crossbow. So 2 of each kind of archer, 2 sword and boards, 2 heavy hitters, like 2 wizards, 2 healers. They just got 2 of everything. Whole Noah's Ark crap going on. Okay. This fight, easiest way to do it, you don't actually run up and fight anybody. You just stick back here. Seems like a lot of the Dark Knight stuff is just do nothing. Just stick back and no actual charging. Charging bad. Don't charge the castle and just siege it out. So you stick to the back, and eventually Barbas will jump down and get some easy shots on him. And I'm going over here because this area is farther away from the wall. It denies them some of their range. Going over here, they'll just bring some archers over and just keep shooting at you. And if you have any frontline guys, it's good to stick them against this wall. The frontliner guys, or just people you don't want getting shot. It is high enough to deny firing cover, or deny firing angles. This spot, but that's fine. He's the sword and board. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try and cover up most of the wall, but leave one spot open, and also, looks like I was wrong, so yeah, the overheads can still hit. Although, a couple shots from overheads I can still deal with. The only downside to them is the fact that they're gonna be getting TP off of it, and they're gonna start spamming their kill moves, and you really want to be moving everyone before any of the crossbow guys get their moves, because of the same reason as every other time. So eventually Barbas will just jump down and then you pile on him. He's all offense. He's a super berserker for all intents and purposes. Yeah, I wish. One is a paradigm shift on these. Probably these two, because Surya already has a turn coming up. Good hit. Well, she didn't do it wrong, as I was hoping. I'm gonna blow through a lot of healing items here, but odds are they will have to at least take one kill move. Okay. Timing angles are weird. And sometimes that guy's a sucky wizard. Don't ask why, he just is. Also, Murden is kind of immune to magic stuff right now. You can't be poisoned, not much point in that. No much point in that. Turning into a caveman, apparently. Just sitting around being able to actually get some work done is quite frustrating. I don't know if it's quite retarding. Irritating. I'm like, no. Sitting here twiddling my thumbs because nothing wants to actually act as it should. I go out and talk to clients and all like that. I go and try to do extra stuff. A lot of the time it ends up just backfiring. Like, I'm trying to sell a thing, right? So you'd think, okay, you go and you try to do a bunch of calls, do a bunch of stuff, and then run into incredibly stupid situations. Like, okay, if somebody's off, like, say, being a realtor or something like that, a person just, like, a private investor. But if you're selling your own stuff, you run into a stupid situation where you send multiple people to one property, and then you get, like, 4 people calling you back, like, you're just pissed off. Like, oh, why would you sell it to so many people? Well, I want the thing sold. No, you're not. I thought we had a thing. And then freak the hell out. In cases, you just go out and rob the place instead. That crap is completely as stupid as it sounds. Like, the sheer nonsense potential is through the roof sometimes. Like, I got one right now that's just like this house that's, okay, it's a rehab, all well and good, and then I can't really do anything with it, because I'm waiting for paperwork that's mailed, along with like 13 other things. So, okay, just go and deal with it, but that's the problem. First question everybody asks is, hey, can I take a look at the paperwork? So, waiting, and 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 waiting. So, the thing comes with tracking, right? Shows up through the post office, and for whatever reason they send it back. No, we don't like this address, just send it back. Okay? Leave mail here all the time. So they send it back. It's resent. This time, I just go and I pay for a package intercept. Okay, just send it to the frickin' post office and leave it there. I'll come and pick it up if you guys can't figure out how to deliver stuff. Like, I have the utmost respect for the mail delivery people, it's just whoever's sorting the crap, they can't seem to get it figured out. Anyhow, so... okay, you'd think that would be the end of it. Nope. That thing was supposed to have shown up 2 weeks ago now. Because, for whatever reason, instead of actually showing up, they tracked it as being outgoing and going onto the mail truck, and then it just disappeared. Nobody can find it, nobody can figure out what building it went to, nobody can figure out what friggin' city it's in. Finally, a couple days ago, it shows up in a city 300 miles away for who knows what reason. Ugh. I was understandably a little bit salty about all that. Anyway. More of this. Yeah, just more of the story time, because I can't really seem to get him to come down just yet. Paralysis. But hopefully now with this guy out of the way, more will come down. Or gal out of the way. I'm seriously considering sacrificing Faye here to possibly get an arm going on these guys. Maybe drop a paradigm shift to get her out of there. See if this works out or it just ends in tears. Because this battle is a pretty short one usually. It's kind of one of those ones where you kind of just pile on the boss as soon as he gets in range and can be pretty dang quick. Interesting challenge for this game would be if everyone still kept fighting if the leader went down. I probably shouldn't have put Donalto in the open like that. Archers. Oh, hey, friend. You like get a bunch of arrows in the face? They have a discount special on those today. Oh, I guess it's gonna be more spears and hammers and stuff. Here he is, he's coming down. Gotta get that guy out of the way, and I will be able to pile on that guy. He'll probably end up taking out like 4 or 5 people. Kind of based on previous statistics. Also, this crap is taking paradigm shift. All you lot. Sweet. Maybe poison? No poison. Charmed and go attacking yourself? What are you doing? Bleed in half? I hope so. I do have an awakened stone. Leaves her ripe for being plucked off. And that's it. Good hit and use your kill move. No. Parties with cats. Let's let Barbas go down. Lucked out on that guy using lightning instead of anything else. Goes off in your dark light. Get it, you got antimatter bows. You've made your point. Those guys just need to stay over there, and it is pile time. Thankfully, he's in the tar, so his evasion kind of sucks right now. And they will keep him top the hell off, also. Like, they've been expecting this. I know for a fact that this guy loves bum rushing. But apparently they just went and told everybody, look, keep on healing this guy, keep him topped off. Reckless bastard, shot one of you in the back. Didn't figure out how a gun works. He's just running at somebody with a hammer. And that's somebody getting really confused and walking into Home Depot instead of the gun store they wanted. Oh yeah, they do call each other brothers too. Jeez. Yeah, they'll talk some crap at each other even being on the same side. They're great. That way turns. These two here can bomb rush him. So there's his move. Freaking supernova. Yeah, that's fair. What do you guys have? I got a hammer and a blow dart gun. What does that guy have? Oh, just freaking supernova on a stick. Stop nuking my dudes, please. That's fantastic. Actually, as I understand what happened in the fight, so Martin actually did, or Martin actually did win the fight, but apparently did so in some really cheap manner. Alright, look, guys, turns, please. Oh my friggin' Christ! Let me have turns! Oh, well. Apparently this guy killed off his hooker. Or maybe he was just talking about the city. Alright, look, for real. Let me hit this guy. I mean, he's locked in there. He's got lowered evasion from the tar. Jeez. He's got like 15 friggin' healers on him is the problem. And this is basically just kind of what it comes down to. You just have to barrage the guy over and over. Thankfully, one of the healers just put himself out of commission. Okay, everyone's probably going to be healing himself now. A couple of healers on side now. Even if one of them's out of the fight. And if he ever stops frickin' blocking everything. I do still prefer this method to the original, though. That's one thing I definitely do prefer, where you can actually kill the friggin' bosses. They're not super beasts, just outright where you hit them for 2s and 3s and can't do anything else. Okay, stop. Stop and die. What do I need you to be doing? Piece of crap. Finally. You've been asleep long enough over there? Problem with this plan was I needed the ninjas to run up and be a distraction. Needed to try and at least charm a couple of healers to have them, well, not do the absolute soul crushing that they're doing. Probably got death proof and all that. Not a turn priest. That. I mean, he'd be dead already. Like, at least half my shots had actually hit. Just, I keep getting hard rain as the weather effect. And I know for a fact that a lot of the time these things will have completely clear weather, and so far in both of them it's just been an outright downpour, no one can hit anything. Okay, we got 2 special moves. This is irritating. This is so irritating. I had the entire group on him, and he's getting healed 15 billion times. Just because of the rain. Well, that's fine. Lesson learned. Instead of healing my guys, their healers now want to go and take impossible hits at each other. Yeah, it's become unwinnable already. Irritating as that is. If I can even... There. Interrupt. Yeah, no. There's no actual progress to be saved, game, but thank you for asking. That was a crap show. Alright, these guys are going in naked. All fine. You're all dead, so what happens if I try to equip stuff? Oh, I can still put stuff on him. Not sure why I'd want to, but I can. I gotta correct this though. Most important thing. Make all the difference. Oh. And the Dark Knight fights, they don't get any less frustrating. Because they're just this bizarre mix of units that A, are, well, on paper kind of garbage, but they've got such a good multi-role thing going on. That a lot of times we just end up getting overwhelmed. Yeah, wall. Party time at the wall. And yeah, if you have kill moves of your own and all that, this gets to be a lot easier. You can just kind of mow down their archers. And if you've got your own, so after they take hits, they can go back and counter with a lot of heavier ones of their own. Doesn't work out too well for me right now. A little different. I will try to get the ninjas around to the side this time instead of the archers. I may just get them killed off sooner. But at least we got light rain this time. Light didn't. Find their healers. They're dedicated healers. Their night healers are just going to do basic stuff. Edmund and Sense for you. Back there. Let's get a shot off on him. I can miss though. Definitely can do that all day. At least it's only light rain. Oh, now Edmund. Right, if this paradigm shift hits, then I can have him kill off that healer and get out of there. Yes! And then here. Gonna drop more paralyzes. Right. One deck down. And you get probably over here. Here. Now the fencer's off to the side here. Go ahead and break time some more. There's a lot of time-breaking moves in this game. Oh, you can technically go back in time anytime you want. Oh, I mean, up to 40 moves. One charm. Perfect. Oh, actually, no, I want you back here and not in harm's way at all. I just like to think they're kind of just slapping themselves with a book and getting healed. Perfectly fine with Piers just taking all the hits. Okay. This one. Barbas is one tile off from jumping down. Maybe I can poison these guys. Oh, good. I actually got him. I wasn't expecting that one. Terribly unlikely for you. Kind of strange that witches don't get fascination in this game. And the other two witches just kind of got an automatic arm move. I think it was slightly more accurate, but I'm not sure. It's weird because they're... well, not weird at all, actually, because they're dressed all skimpily. Just kind of figured they just ran up and flashed people. Like magic flashing. Pierce, I need you to die. It turns out, well, actually, he's just gonna pelt him from down here, but that works out a little better. Try and slow down fast guy. He can't be slowed. He needs to pelt everything. Yep, those wizards need 100% ranged accuracy, you're right. They're gonna chuck their sticks at people. Come on, let the chaos happen. Poisoned. I don't expect the damage to be a big eye turner, but what I do expect from that one is that somebody will waste some time to heal it at some point. Third man needs some healing. And go and get his law degree. First problem is this is far from even the most difficult set of fights. The next one's even better. Alright, stop blocking 80s. This is stupid. I think he's even got parry on top of that. He might not, actually. Very same kind. Can't words. Very same guy. You should definitely not miss all the time. Hammer Time Priest in on this now. Nice 55% accuracy from the back and above. He's running away. Finally. Okay. That is as they say that. Still can't put books on the friggin' Warlock. I barely got anything out of that. I don't even have anything better to get these guys. Oh, this next one's a bit of a doozy. If you have only a Vice, Kashua, and Denim in your group, apparently at this fight you can actually just fight Lance solo. But instead you gotta fight him with all the dudes. So you can't actually kill him here unless you're only fighting with those three. And I'm pretty sure he just fights you one-on-one. No, wait, that's a later fight, because she's just over there. I'd end up just being a 2-on-2. I don't know, I've only read about it, and I've never actually thought to try that. And I don't have Vice. And this is one where charging is just friggin' deadly, so that. Are deceived. And it sounds like a terrible way to try and convince anybody to do anything. So I'm pretty sure they'll only buff themselves. I'm not actually sure they'll charge down at all. Or no, they might. At least in one of these fights, they don't actually charge down. So if they charge, there's a chance. Because they've got the everything advantage. I think the only thing that we actually have going for us here is levels. Which make a difference, not the biggest difference. Like, they can't win on one-on-one fights. Let's see, he's already got... only get 3 of those items in stores yet. She's not too great. She's just basically an attack priest. Basic. I mean, they've got extra evasion, so that sucks. Basic. As per usual, 2 archers of each kind. And yeah, current goal is just hide in a corner. And just hide around the corner, pelt some people. Pretty Templars. I might just send their melee units down, which would be good. Take out at least some of their healing. Oh yeah, so the regent guy that screwed everybody over is the protagonist's uncle. He actually does offer him a position if you end up fighting him. But yeah, the regent guy is more or less kind of screwed over everyone. Like, honestly, these guys, they really are just a matter of circumstance. Because they were asked to come down there and help them more or less liberate themselves from some oppressive regime. So they went down there, like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and free you, but you can only have this one area. And then the guy wanted to go and invade more, and so Senior Eye Patch over here convinces him otherwise. Then another dude in the south decides he's not content with his third, he's gonna go take out that third little guy. And so he basically just goes and starts a friggin' race war. Eliminates everyone. So that was a little bit unkind of the guy. Well, I'm pretty sure that's the other guy that you can't save under any circumstances. It's gonna be a stupidly long video. Lens is actually gonna charge. I know you get some weird title if you kill off Cashwell before you kill him off. I think she might actually die at that point. Ooh, Laurentius. You're feeling wrong. Because that guy gone. Oh crap, I screwed that up. Good job, Quick Fingers, good job. Yeah, with how fast this game moves, you're kind of tempted a lot of the time to just click through everything. Alright. There. Did the thing. Dead now. Good. Nice. So they sent their two Swordmasters in first. As has been stated before, they're trash. That makes sense to send them first, I guess. It's bizarre to have them as a support unit. Their ideal situation would just be kind of to hold off certain areas. It's just everything they can do, the Knight can do better. Oh, where are you being the charming today? My replacement ninjas are doing better than the originals in some respects. This is more a matter of general odds than actually being better. They are statistically questionably worse. Is coming down. I keep calling him Lance because that actually was his name in the versions. I think it's better. It sounds more fitting. Lancelot just kind of sounds like, hey, 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 guess what? Friggin' Round Table reference. Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? And in the original, they basically use both names, but they're basically saying, no, that's the one he goes with. Makes sense. Just what if they're not feeling it that day? They only want to Lance a little. You know? A lot of pressure. What if they don't even want at all? A sword. So, that's when he swords. When you fight him the second time... Yeah, the second time has to be that one, the multi-battle availability. He has the sword from the GBA game. Got the, I don't know if it's supposed to be called the Ambition or the Ambitium or something. Ooh. Bye, or not? Shots. This is unlikely to actually... unlikely to work so far. I don't know why I'm stuttering like an idiot, but yeah, it's unlikely to work so far. We'll just end up getting healed. And now is as good a time as any. As my two charming units are about to die, and all their support is up there. With that being the case, I'm gonna try to hide them, keep them around to keep the rest of the group distracted. I can't actually run past this guy right now. Hopefully he'll decide to shoot these two instead of anything else. Boings! It feels in the loins. Oh, that's... that has some sort of meaning in some language. Just like before, they're good at keeping their leaders topped off. Again, I don't know whether it was intentional, circumstantial, or what. But totally how you played KOL. If you ever played it, that's totally how you played it, because everyone went for your leader, so you always kept them topped off. This really could not have gone any better. I'm just sitting there with his back to us. Yeah, 3+1. The heater shield gives extra to parry, I believe. If this game didn't come after, or didn't come before Dark Souls, I'd say that was a Dark Souls reference. Fortunately, it isn't. Yeah, bulletproof. No, just stun proof. I think he actually was immune to status effect. Or at least could be made to be immune to status effect. Fantastic. And we can't run fast, or maybe she can charm this guy. That's gonna be plan B. Plan A, though, It can involve a paradigm shift. Anyone that isn't an archer. Actually, that makes sense to have you hammer. Ah! Crap. Oh, I just ruined it. Could've had him do the move. Now he's just gonna wreck everyone. Lands, why are you so cool? He's too cool to die, that's the story here. I mean, hell, he basically told his commanders and everything else, like, piss off, I got it, you guys can't seem to handle this. One thing I would have really liked, I wish you could find Alos and Floros in this. Because there was this really cool moment in KOL. We had the Richter guy, and I not their names right now, but there were two soldiers that he started out with, just two generico soldiers, and yeah, he when you fight him later on in the game, if that's what you end up doing, he just has those same soldiers, and if you kill them off, they just apologize for not doing well enough. Just in case you missed the fact that it's the same people. You know, I didn't get it the first time through, like many things in these games, but it was just such a cool little thing. I noticed it later. Alto, hero time. Make it happen. Okay. One extra shot and one potential reroll. That's what I love about this move. It's so expensive. Crap, you can potentially just keep stacking and stacking and stacking. No, it's more like you can't actually gonna come down. Yeah, she only... Okay, so yeah. His kind of background goal is to potentially invade the rest of the place if there's... Like, if there's a bunch of unrest, they're kind of given the okay to invade. But if he's able to basically stick around the throne and just kind of run from the shadows and all that, not officially hold the whole island, but just kind of hold it as a puppet, that's kind of his main goal. And so, like, even there, he ends up changing his mind. So, she only ends up changing sides because she gets abandoned here. That's literally the only reason. Like, her whole thing is abandonment issues. Although, by this point, it's kind of understandable if she sees her brother as a friggin' horror show, because let's be honest, he's an absolute Terminator by this point. Like, every time there's a problem, oh yeah, just gonna bust into here like the Kool-Aid Man. Oh! Yeah, so they let you save in this version because of this right here. So, Ashua's suicide attempt. Oh, let's see if I remember this correctly. So, yeah. He goes, like, full... Yeah, if you say I never abandoned you, she just kills herself right there. So you have to kind of just go with the weird emotional outbursts and like, yeah, no, even though I totally didn't, I totally am sorry for doing the thing I didn't do. And if you say this, she just considers it cheesy and kills herself, I believe. So this is kind of, at this point, it's kind of hinting that, okay, maybe they're not related. So, like, she kind of had, feelings and such. Actually, didn't really pick up on that before. Oh, wait. Oops. Well, that's the wrong one. What do you expect from crying? Huh. Alright, so we'll just see how this plays out. So obviously he's pissed at Barbas for screwing everything up. Because, frankly, big beast mode is all he can really do. Alright. So usually I would just restart until I got it right. Oops. Alright, well that sucks. You're dead. This guy... he's in Heim. He's still fine. Oh no, wait. Warren joins when, what's his face? Lance joins, I think. New. There's Battlefield. What kind of talk is there? So, a little bit of a political turn here, because they just basically said the Dark Knights killed her. Oh, okay, here's Alzistan. Oh. Okay, so, I guess that kind of makes sense. You go to the Pirates Graveyard, it's kind of overpowered, then you hear about this guy. Oh, wait. This dude actually managed to come back alive. Alright. That's still a possibility now. First things first, I'm gonna need some dudes. Some of this garbage. Somebody. If it says their base stats anywhere, just their current ones. Just shows their current one. I mean, I'd assume an archer's from let's get a chaotic one. Give this one a better name. Like Cabbage. I have no idea why. Your name's Cabbage. Be back, guy, because I'm probably going to lose a bunch more of these people pretty soon. And that's kind of what you were. He's up. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make Myrddin into a Beastmaster. And have her be a fencer. Just for the sake of having different spells. That seems like a about it. And then since poison seems to be functioning as absolute garbage so far, put on the back shelf. There we go. Oh, Gilbert, you got yourself a lady friend. So, yeah, gotta do all the pairing stuff, because that's how this game goes. So these guys, no, they're just, like, got all their oaths going on. And apparently this guy's all about the hookers or something from that previous thing. We got these two, just like these two, and then Baron Canopus. And just like Olivia's kind of off by herself. She's also got the whole thing going on. There we go. That'll work. Feel like having any more fights right now for a little bit. Pretty sure in this castle you get politics. Oh, and on the right side there, you would have all the 4 sisters, and on the left side, I think you'd have all the 4... No, you can't have all the 4, but somebody else takes the spot of that, of the witch and the swordmaster. And on the right, it's the sisters. So he becomes king now. Now it's time. I like that music. Okay, so he's a lord now. I'm gonna make him into that class. Obviously he's going back to level 1, so he's for trash right now. Can he use bows? Oh, he doesn't even have a slot. Use that. What the hell can he use? Oh, he can use bows. Right. So he's just kind of out of commission for a little while. Fine. then this is that whole situation going on. Now, did I... Yeah, she's 15. So, give you a book. Make y'all super racist. Oh, I'm not sure, but this should make her able to insta-kill skeletons. I think. Right now, since this is DLC and not any kind of random dungeon, wait a second. I thought that was supposed to trigger the fight with the guy. Okay, so it's basically all about the side quests now. And since those are technically side quests and not really random battles or anything, I count them as that. Now, I actually know what's going on here. Because I'm pretty sure first time you run into Port Omish, you're supposed to fight the guy. And you're supposed to go through the graveyard and then come back, and then I think he joins you. Don't remember exactly how it goes. First things first, I want to at least get these class marks. For some reason there's desert. I don't remember what... Oh! At some point here you can recruit Gamp and his people. Sidelined. Appears you're also getting sidelined. I want this guy to get some dang levels. So first time through, I'm not going to count this towards the levels. As far as the level cap situation. Also, holy crap, it was 2 hours long.